I'm Wyatt Cash with Scoop News Group, and we're here at FedScoop's ITModTalks with Dimitri Boylan, President and CEO at Avature. Dimitri, thank you so much for joining us and welcome.
Well, thanks for having me, Wyatt.
Let me set the stage a little more than a year now into the Biden administration. Where have you seen some of the greatest progress in the federal government in terms of IT modernization?
Well, I think it's clear that there's an impetus, there's an effort afoot right now to modernize. I think it's timely, but I think the real issue is, can it get done? And so I think certainly the government is putting the right foot forward. They're investing, they're making the right statements, but down at the blocking and tackling area, it's not so easy because Avature represents a lot of companies that all want to hire a lot of tech people. Okay. And so, you've got from Apple to Xerox looking to up their technical capabilities. And then you have the government looking at the same thing. And the question is, where are all the people that are going to do this work?
A great question, and certainly a tough one to solve. But I think one of the particular areas I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on is, as you've looked at this IT modernization movement, where have you seen it help federal agencies get a better handle on securing their most valuable systems?
I think there's no doubt that right now the federal government is a little behind in terms of technical innovation and deployment. I think that all of our commercial customers also feel a bit behind. Okay, they don't feel like they're at the same level as Amazon and Google. Okay, and they feel like there is a fundamental disadvantage that they have moving into the future if they fail to become more technically sophisticated. The government has a deficit. Okay, there are two things. There's the shortage of technical people, and then there's some of the way that they go about acquiring technology, which has been, I'd say it started to change during the Obama administration, but it's really not supportive of sort of an agile and aggressive way of harnessing technology for your business use. So I think the government has some challenges that are just a little bigger than the challenges that the commercial sector has.
Shifting gears just a little, the White House recently issued an executive order on customer experience, and I'd be interested to hear how you feel that federal agencies have taken steps to deliver better digital services to American citizens.
Well, yeah, Wyatt, the commercial world has been on this experience idea for a couple of years already. And so I think it's the right move for the administration. I think that the execution is going to be difficult with the tech stack that a lot of federal agencies have today, because the systems that they have weren't designed with the idea of delivering that experience. So, unfortunately, it's going to mean that they're going to have to change a lot of technology. They probably have to change that technology anyway. So it's a good idea to focus it on the experience. It's the new mantra in design. So I'm encouraged that the government is pointing in the right direction, but there's a lot of work to do there.
And then lastly, as you noted, you work with a lot of organizations. What across the federal IT landscape stands out to you most as having either the biggest potential or the biggest need for modernization in the coming year or two?
Well, I think that there's two things that the government has to do that are really important. One is they have to recruit very well because they're looking for tech expertise and they're competing against the commercial market, and they have not hired enough people over the last 6 years. Okay, so without people, you really can't do a lot of things. The second thing is that they really need to develop a way to use the people that they have hired more efficiently. People are locked into these contract vehicles. They have diverging skill sets for what's required in the future. And the government is not able to move these people around freely like a commercial company can do to put them in the right place at the right time. So that's sort of like fighting with one hand tied behind your back. Even if you get the talent, if the talent comes in on the wrong contract and then you need to do something different, you can't do it in the government. So I think they have two challenges that they have to face there.
Absolutely. Well, Dimitri Boylan, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to join us and share some of your insights on IT modernization in the federal government.
Wyatt, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Take care.
And thank you. And look for more of our coverage on IT modernization on fedscoop.com. This is Wyatt Cash. Thanks for tuning in.